Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and I am back for another NHL 16 Hockey Ultimate Team team build slash online team update, as we are at the end of the year, and I don't think I've ever given you guys a Hockey Ultimate Team update of my lineup that I've pretty much been using all year, but it's at the end of the year right now. I'm done playing Hockey Ultimate Team competitively. I'm done playing Hockey Ultimate Team competitively since March, so obviously that's why all the team builds come out around that time, and I'm just goofing off in Hockey Ultimate Team nowadays. And usually I have a theme at the end of the year which I try to run. Usually it's like a hard-hitting team or a very speedy team. This year I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I might as well show some tribute out to my Flyers fans out there. And I'm just basically going with a team that was to closest I could, trying to make a team of all the cards that have been released this year that have their original team as the Philadelphia Flyers. So I tried to build the team as closely as I could to that, with a couple exceptions in there, but overall I'm really liking the way this team is playing. So let's take a tour around this team. I'm also going to be assigning my captains and assistant captains in this video, so stay tuned to the end of that before I assign those players. But as you guys can see here, we got a nice little Flyers lineup here, and reminiscing of the first line for the Philadelphia Flyers, that's what it is right now. And also every card on this list in my lineup is of the special variant. Every single card is a special item. So first line, we got Team of the Year, Wayne Simmonds, Movember, Claude Giroux, which is probably the milestone Claude Giroux, and then a Team of the Year, Jacob Voracek. Obviously, I've used Giroux a lot this year. He was pretty much on my team throughout the entire year once November hit, and I got his Movember. He was pretty much on my team the entire year. Roughly around second or third line time is when he was playing, but moved him up to the first. Still plays like a first line player for sure. Wayne Simmonds, obviously chipping and grinding out there. Very good card to have. Jacob Voracek trying to bring that speed and that good shot around as well. And you know, they play like a Flyers line for sure. You got the sniper, you got the playmaker, got the two-way forward. That is the perfect line combination for you right there. So second line are two exceptions to that rule, but there weren't enough original team Flyers cards that were created this year, so I had to make some last minute suggestions. So I guess I could throw Carter in there. Movember Jeff Carter, Team of the Year Jeff Carter, whatever the case. Team of the Year Sean Couturier, and Milestone Scott Hartnell for my second pair. I'm thinking about moving Couturier over to the wing and moving Carter back to the center, because I think Jeff Carter might have a little bit better face-offs than Sean Couturier does, but still, Coots is a nice little center for me right there, a very nice defensive center. Hartnell obviously out there to throw the body a little bit. He's a little bit sluggish and slow, but still he can throw the body relatively well if he can get you lined up for a hit. And then Jeff Carter, pretty good player for sure. I think I have him as a center for maybe like 4-on-4 or a power play, and he's a very good player, very comparable to Jacob Voracek, to say the least. A little bit slower, but the shot is equally as powerful on Jeff Carter for sure. And obviously they're the two exceptions for the original team. Jeff Carter obviously LA, Hartnell for Columbus. This line, probably my favorite line on this team right now, is this third line. Flashback Joffrey Lupul, Legend Eric Lindros, and Flashback Simon Gagne. Lupul, very, very good. Very, very speedy. I like the way Joffrey Lupul plays this flashback, the way this Lupul plays. It's very, very nice. Very speedy. The shot's okay. It's a little bit less powerful than maybe a Carter or a Voracek, but it's pretty accurate. Joffrey Lupul can deke for sure. Lindros is a beast. Now I know why Bacon Country does highly support the Eric Lindros game. I support the Eric Lindros game too. He's strong in the faceoffs. He's strong in the puck. He's very hard to knock him off. Some people complain about him being too slow. I've never had a problem with Eric Lindros being slow. Probably because he's on my third line, so I'm not using him as much as maybe other players would, having him up on like a second line or a first line role. Having him on the third line, he's relatively fresh all the time, and he always keeps up that really good speed. I love this flashback Sam Gagne. Real talk, I love this card. Its stats might not be that fantastic, but something about the way this flashback Simon Gagne plays, and Simon Gagne actually being probably up there in my top 15 favorite players of all time. Yeah, I like the way this card plays for sure. He was one of the cards I wanted to get my hands on for the longest time. I remember when this card actually came out. When did it come out? Date issued May 2nd. That's obviously a lie, but still, this card came out relatively early when they started doing the flashback cards, and I know I wanted to get my hands on it for the longest time, waited so many months, and the wait was definitely worth it. Simone Gagne, fantastic card. And then we move on to the fourth line here. Travis Konechny, flash forward Travis Konechny, November Braden Shen, which could also be the Team of the Week Braden Shen, and then the flashback Dan Carcillo. So Carcillo, once again, just on a fourth line role, had to get somebody who could hit. He's actually pretty speedy too out there. 86 skating, I could feel is a little bit quicker than that. Shen's okay. Shen's not really anything too fantastic. And then same thing with Konechny. Konechny's not getting the amount of ice time I think he would actually thrive in. He's a little bit underwhelming. He's not as fast as the 91. He gets bodied a little bit. Gets pushed over a little too much. I forgot to do a center to left wing change team. I wonder if I have one of those right now, because now that I'm realizing it, I realize why my team chemistry might be at like a 96%, because I forgot to change him over to a left wing. I hopefully have a center to left wing change position right now. If not, we're gonna see. I got center to right wing and right wing to center. Do I have a left wing, center to left wing? Probably not, if that's where my change teams end. Nope, that is where they end. All right, so I'll have to go buy one of them. They should be relatively inexpensive, but nonetheless, like I said, Shen's meh. Carcillo's pretty good. He's a little bit speedy. He can definitely hit for sure. He's a real good player out there. I have him on the penalty kill. I have him definitely good for forechecking for sure. Konechny, you know, a little bit underwhelming, I should say, but the real life Travis Konechny plays a lot better than the card Travis Konechny for sure. But that's my offense. I really like the way they play. The third line is definitely my favorite line. But yeah, that's pretty cool. We go to the defense here. Movember, Mark Straight, and it's an exception. There is another card that I could put on this team, but I couldn't resist. I had to go out and splurge 600, 700K on a flashback Chris Pronger, man. My goodness, this card is sexy. This card is amazing. He is tall, 6'6". He is fast. He hits like a monster. His shot is powerful. His slap shot is uber powerful, and I like this card. I like the way he plays. Straight's okay. His deking's actually pretty good, but his skating and shooting are not. Nah, they're meh. Second pair, Nick Schultz. Underrated milestone card. Milestone Nick Schultz. Very underrated card. Team of the Year Shane Gostisbehere. Ghost plays like a beauty. He's fast. He skates good. His shot's good. His slap shot for like 1Ts. Oh my god. I can't tell you how many 1T goals I've scored with Shane Gostisbehere in this game so far. His 1T is ridiculous. And I've scored some good goals with Schultz here. If he gets that burst of speed going, if Schultz gets that speed moving, he's actually a very, very fast skater and a very kind of reliable puck handler too. It shows because of his defensive stats are so good. Then the final pair, we got team of the week, Michael Delzato, and a flash forward, Travis Sanheim. Sanheim's pretty good. He loses the puck a little bit too often than he should, but his stats are pretty good. Nice checker, good skater. Same thing with Delzato, fast skater, good deker. That's what you expect from your offensive defenseman. And then my two goaltenders are player of the game, Steve Mason, and Stanley Cup edition, Michael Neuwirth. So Nuvi had a really tough start. I think it was like 0-4 to start, but then his record really started to pick things up a bit. Steve Mason, I think, is like 18-7 or 19-7 or 17-7, one of those stats. They're okay. Not the ideal goaltenders I would use if I was in my online team because of the fact that, well, you know, their heights, it's just not the type of goaltenders I would use personally. Their rebound control is very bad. Both of their rebound controls on these two guys is not something I like on my squad for sure. The rebound controls are just a little bit too much for me to handle. They've been playing a little bit better as of lately, but their rebounds are just meh. When I first got them, their rebound controls were terrible, but they started to play better as of late. But that's the team I'm running with here, guys, till the end of the year. I like the way they play. I like the way they play for sure, and it's just fun to use. It's fun to use play. I always say this whenever you guys build a team. Whatever your favorite team is, try to make a team of your favorite players from that team, because whether they're still on that team or not, I've always had this theory that whatever you pick your favorite team to be in Hockey Ultimate Team, when you create your team, or you pick your favorite team for your main hub or your main menu, I always have this theory that you play better with your favorite players of your favorite hockey team. That's just the theory I have. I don't know how true it is, but That's just the theory I always worked with, and you know what? It kind of holds true to that. You always seem to play just a tiny bit better when you're using the players from your favorite team. But I digress. I'm gonna name some captains and assistant captains here. We gotta give Claude the C for sure. So that'll boost him up to 99 hands, which will be absolutely ridiculous. A 96 shot, 93 defense, 94 skating. If it ever applies the captaincy card, if it doesn't lag so much, I'm probably gonna skip the video right now if it doesn't apply. There we go. Took itself long enough. So put ourselves a nice little Captain Claude and a Claude Giroux. I'm gonna give an assistant card to Simon Gagne just to up his stats a little bit more, and then I'll name one of my defensemen, give him the assistant captaincy. So I'm gonna give one to Simon Gagne here. Let's call him Sam Gagne. That's almost disrespectful of the Gagne name. But we're going to give Simon Gagne there an assistant captain card for sure, just to give his stats a little bit of a boost. And then we're also going to give an assistant captain card to, I'm debating who I wanted to give it to. I'm thinking it either has to be Pronger or Ghost. I'm probably going to give it to Chris Pronger. He deserves it. The former captain of this team, no longer playing, obviously, due to bad history with concussions, but, you know, Pronger was a rock back there, and he rightfully so deserves an assistant captain card to boost him up to a 96. He'll play a little bit better now. And that is the team I am going to be running with for the rest of this year, guys. So let me know what you thought of this team build. What do you guys think of my theory? Do you guys think that if you use a team build entirely made up of players from your favorite team or players you just like to watch in the real life NHL, you always seem to find that they play just a little bit better for you? That's just my personal opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think as well. So let me know what you guys think of the team. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time.